Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Common Cast. This is going to be our pipe bomb segment where we tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. We swore on the Bible and the Jewish Bible as well. So,
and intro.
Yes, that was actually a really good intro. Anyway, let's introduce who's all here. My name is Torque.
My name is Edge.
And my name is your friendly neighborhood Gibby.
He's a new character we're bringing on, and probably the most knowledgeable out of all of us. So
I'm the one that got these two hooked on wrestling.
Yes.
And I thank you greatly for that.
And I sucked your dick last night for that as well. Anyway, for this segment, the pipe bomb, we're each going to get 5 minutes to cut a promo about what we like or don't like about wrestling and tell just the honest truth about it.
There'll be some hardcore burial or some hardcore putting over here, but regardless, it's what each one of us thinks is either wrong, good, whatever about the business, what we don't like, what we do like, and everything in between. Basically, anything in wrestling, not just WWE, anything in wrestling, it's all up for grabs. Everything but the kitchen sink.
You can expect this segment to be dripping with charisma and exploding with creativity. There, that's my tagline for this.
I actually like that. Alright, well, should we just get into it then?
No, let's wait.
Okay.
Yeah, we have about 30 minutes to kill, so
We're just gonna wait 30 minutes.
Alright, here we go. My pipe bomb right here.
Alright, so, hold on. If you didn't know, we're gonna have Gibby up first.
Well, no one was chomping at the bit to go first. Alright, so here's my pipe bomb. It's something that annoys me no matter which wrestler across any brand, any promotion, pretty much across the face of time. Every brand, most wrestlers do it at some point. Alright, and it's been going on since the dawn of wrestling. It's the whiplashing your opponent straight into the turnbuckle, climbing up to the second turnbuckle, and unleashing 10 punches on the person's face. Like, back before kayfabe was broken, you just broke... right before WWE broke kayfabe, that just exposed the business. There's no way you can climb up the turnbuckle, look down on your opponent, and punch the guy 10 times in the face and not have any visible marks or bruises. And as anyone who watches the move can attest to, there isn't generally, unless someone nailed actual punches, there isn't any marks on the face. Maybe a little bit of redness on the cheek or something. Even nowadays, when kayfabe is broken, it's still unrealistic. Like, we watch wrestling to mark out. Mark is to treat it like it is real. It's still, even though we know it's not real, when we're watching it, we want to believe it's real. We want to believe it's realistic. And that type of moves, punches, isn't realistic. No one should do it anymore. Like, it exposes the business and breaks reality whenever I see it. And I can't fault wrestlers for wanting to do it. Realistically, like, it's a nice little way to get heat or to pump up the crowd, because everybody starts chanting, 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to 10. Like, it's a good way for, like, I know Shawn Michaels has done it, and he's, by my estimation, the best professional wrestler ever. I mean, it's not a sin to take away from any wrestler, but it is something that it just takes away from the immersion. If I'm seeing Triple H and Shawn Michaels going back and forth in a match that's telling a story, a good story with great physicality, And then Shawn Michaels climbs up on Triple H on the top rope and starts going 1, 2, 3, 4. And Triple H isn't bleeding and crying for Stephanie to come and save him at the end. Like, there just shouldn't... It ruins the immersion. And that is probably one of my top pet peeves of the business, is stuff that ruins immersion. All right. Thank you.
And time.
What did I pull there? 2.5 minutes?
3 minutes and 16 seconds.
Oh, not too bad.
I'll
Not too
give
bad.
you 3:20 because I did start a little late.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Our next contender, thank you, Gibby, for that lovely, lovely pipe bomb. Our next contender is Edge of Space, about to lay it down for
Now,
us.
before I am talking, before we start the timer, I have a simple question to ask. Do you want me to be...
It doesn't matter what you want to ask. Sorry, had to be done.
Yo, that was so good, I'm just going to go into it. All right.
No, hold on. I want to hear your question. What
Would you like me to be a heel or a face? Because I have 2 pipe bombs I can drop. And if I want to be a good guy, I can drop one. If I want to be a bad guy, I can drop another.
You'll be the bad guy.
All right. I'm going to drop a pipe bomb. It's based very briefly off of a conversation that me and Gibby had the other day via text message. I am going to bury the Dudleys. I said it. You can start the timer.
Start.
Let me put into perspective the Dudleys coming back to WWE in the current day. Their current run with the WWE has gone as they debuted. Ratings are spiking. Then a few random 3Ds to the New Day, 2 matches that ended in disqualification for the tag team titles, and 1 very awkward-looking 3D to Kane. And then the very next week on Raw, they're now good guy lumberjacks in a lumberjack match between Kane and Seth Rollins. It is easy to see that the Dudleys are not here to put over new talent, and this is a stemming, growing, disgusting issue with the WWE right now, is that they are not making new stars, and one of the new stars they could be making is the New Day. The New Day, they're great. They're new. We like them. And then the Dudleys come back, but they're the faces, so we have to cheer for them. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, I really want the New Days to keep the titles. But Hell in a Cell is literally tomorrow, and I don't think they will, because the Dudleys are going to come back. Here's the first problem: they're not putting over new people. WWE brought them back solely to spike ratings now and put a Band-Aid over their ratings issues, whereas they could be building new stars to get better ratings in the future. The future is what we keep building for. For the love of God, they called the current WWE World Heavyweight Champion the future for the longest time. They keep talking about setting up for the future, but they're not. And the Dudleys coming back stems an even bigger problem that the tag team division is very crowded right now. And where they could be bringing up new stars like Enzo and Cass, say, those guys that almost everybody loves, except for the weird people. Instead, they're bringing back the Dudleys just to bury people. And even if they do hold on to the tag team titles, where do they go from there? Oh, well, you could have the very traditional WWE. They're going to split up and have an awful storyline because WWE is on a roll for awful storylines right now. But they have the tag titles. What are they going to do? Lose it to the primetime players? It's stupid. It doesn't matter where they go from there. If the Dudleys are holding the titles, it's unbelievable who is going to take the titles off of them. So I feel that bringing them back was unnecessary. It's not setting up for the future, and it is not creating new talent, and that is what I believe.
Time?
You can stop the timer.
2 minutes and 16 seconds.
2 minutes and 16 seconds. I got all my points out in 2 minutes. That's great.
Yeah, you were 1 minute behind Gibby. All right. I guess it's my turn then. Whoever has the damn echo in their thing, stop.
It's probably me, not my fault.
Well, it is, because it's you.
All right, I'm going to pull up a stopwatch so I can time you.
All right. So, something Edge kind of already touched on. I'm not specifically talking about the Dudleys. I'm more talking about the broader scheme of things. I'm going to talk about why the big older stars, should not still be in the WWE. Are you ready, Edge?
Yeah, ready, go.
Okay, as we know, Sting is back, Undertaker's still wrestling for some reason, and John Cena is still in the business. There's more to that, but I'll just stick with those three for now. See, Sting is old and needs to, well, him coming back was cool. We all liked it, but he's just too old. And same with The Undertaker. The Undertaker had his time, and he's slowly gone down the hill. He had the peak of his career. I don't know how many years ago, but now he just kind of slowly dropped off the hill to where he's only wrestled once at WrestleMania, and now he's going to wrestle Brock Lesnar, then probably one more match at WrestleMania, then he's going to retire. The problem I have with this is that the WWE is so dependent on these big stars that were made way back when that we should be relying on new stars like Seth Rollins and Apollo Crews, Finn Balor. Those people we should be relying on. We shouldn't have to, like Vince the other day on Raw. Ratings were so low on Raw the week before that he had to do something phenomenal for the next one, and he had to bring the Shield back for He had to kind of bring back the Shield, which you shouldn't be relying on old ideas just to get ratings up. You should be having new ideas all the time. And the problem I have with all these old people, such as the Dudleys as well, is that they're taking up room to build new stars, and there's plenty of new stars in NXT and even at the bottom of the main roster that should be moved up. Like John Cena, I respect the hell out of him, but he cannot sell any... Oh, puked a little bit.
God damn it.
Anyway, he cannot sell any punches. He can't sell being tired. He's also been in the business for who knows how long, and he's been at the top almost since he's been here.
12 years.
12 years, and the only talent he's put over is Brock Lesnar. But even then, he's kind of been with the WWE for a long time. He just left. You see, we should be making room for these new, exciting stars, new characters, new moves, new all this, new ideas, new groups, new tag teams, for God's sake. I mean, the only good tag teams right now are the Dudleys and the New Day on the main roster. I don't really see any other tag team I like other than on NXT, such as Enzo and Cass, or Gable and JJ. Anyway, I just believe that we should not be having to have all these people come back and wrestle. And I hear The Rock is coming back to wrestle again. These guys should be putting over new talent rather than just, I don't know, staying in the company for as long as they can without really progressing anybody else and just kind of doing this for their own I don't know what you would call it, so they can stay at the top of the mountain for whatever. But even if you stay at the top of the mountain, you slowly drift off. There's a limit in the WWE. Once you hold the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, there's nowhere to go from that other than down. I mean, look at John Cena. The only reason he's staying up there is because he kisses Vince McMahon's ass, and he just stays there. But nobody likes him. Well, I mean, it's half and half, but the people who like him are 12 years old, you know? I mean, that would have been the same for The Rock, but The Rock left, and since he left, everyone wants him back. So that hasn't happened to The Rock. I guarantee you, if he would have stayed, people would have stopped liking him because he'd probably be more of a larger-than-life, such as John Cena. All right, I think that about wraps it up for me. That's kind of an awkward ending.
Well, that was 4 minutes and 12 seconds, so you went the longest of all of us.
Trevor, just something to set your mind towards. I want to bring up one person who was the king of staying around for long periods of time, and it's not who you might immediately think. His name is Bruno Sammartino. This guy, he's a WWE guy, well, a WWF guy, which turned into WWE. He was on and off champion for 12 years. And by 12 years, I mean like 7-year run as champion type guy. And nobody complained. There may have been some people, because there's always some people, but a vast majority of people wanted Bruno Sammartino to be champion for that long. He was a good guy. He's probably, like, arguably for that run, he's probably one of the greatest faces in the history of wrestling. Not my point. You brought up some very good points about putting over other talent, but at the same time, there's ways to create a character that people want to be champion for a long time. And the fact of the matter is, I agree with you. We don't want John Cena to be champion for a long time. We don't want Brock Lesnar to be champion for a long time. So if that's the case, then yes, you need to put over new talent.
Yes, that was the case. But wasn't, like, when Bruno Sammartino held the title, wasn't that, like, when they wrestled, like, once a month or something?
Yeah, but it's the same. He defended the title once a month, but, like, let's be honest.
That's still a lot, yes.
No, well, yeah, but I mean, that's 12 defenses a month, or a year about, and that's about how many times the World Heavyweight Champion today defends it. It's just he wrestled less in between. He still showed up on TV every week and whatnot, so it's still applicable, but, like, there's nobody I want champion for 7 years. Like, I mean, like, let's be honest. It's just about the character building. And Bruno Sammartino was a special guy, and I know we're getting off topic here because we're not supposed to be debating pipe bombs, but that I just felt someone needed to point out that it is possible to have someone that long, kind of the same way The Undertaker with his streak, how he stayed relevant, has stayed relevant for 25 years, and could win almost every WrestleMania. Like, there's ways to build characters where people want them around for a long time. It's just WWE, they can't build characters people want for a long time, and they can't build new characters, so they have to rely right now on cameos from Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock.
And a Dudley Boys tag title reign, which is going to happen. I don't like it, but it's going to happen.
That isn't as bad. That's not as bad as when the New Age Outlaws came back in 2013, I thought, and won them.
Yeah,
we don't need to talk about that. All right, I think that'll wrap it up for the Pipe Bomb segment this time. Thank you to my friends Gibby and Edge. My name is Torque, and we will see you next time on the next video. See ya!